We are back now at 11:49. The Community is an organization working to help people with criminal records find success and regain their agency. I'm joined now by the founder, Mr. Shannon Ross. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Thanks for being here. Yeah, no, of course. So for folks at home who may not be familiar with the Community, I just gave a really brief description, but from your own vantage point, what is this organization all about?
So we focus on two different things, which basically revolve around trying to help people that are incarcerated be as prepared as they can before they get out, so that the ultimate outcome is not people going back, but people staying out and thriving and participating in society the way we want to. And then we also focus on the narrative about people that have records, because it's not correct at all. And so we have the correcting the narrative work to showcase the successes, humanity, and agency of people that have criminal records.
And what do you mean by that? That is not accurate at all. When you talk about correcting the narrative and you look at life post incarceration.
Yeah. So oftentimes the stereotype is that this group is dangerous, that they are to be, to stay away from them. Don't let people in your life, deal with that demographic. And there are leaders who are involved in politics, who are business owners, who are out here doing great things in terms of mentoring in the community, and they have criminal records. And it's like this silent majority that's, maybe not majority, silent minority, I'll say. They're not, most people have one, who are all around us every day that have records and you don't even realize it. And they're, just doing regular things. And, knowing that more can help combat the narrative that this is a dangerous group.
Yeah, and the stigma that's associated with it as well. Now, you founded this organization back in 2014 while you were actually serving a sentence. Tell us about how your own experience has really propelled you to be able to pay it forward now with other inmates.
Yeah, so for me, I had a lot of support when I was inside, and knowing that and knowing how from that there was a certain structure as to getting me where I am now that other people can also implement or have in place. It's just a matter of me trying to pay that forward at all times, what was given to me, to have other people who are still inside or who will go inside, be honest, come out in the same position or close to where so many of us that are doing well have come out. It's the same recipe for all of us. And so how do we give that recipe to other people?
And so what's happening right now in Milwaukee when we talk about the community and your organization, kind of on a I don't know if it's a daily basis or a weekly basis, but what is the work that you're doing right now that's helping to really correct this narrative and to prepare these inmates for release once they get out?
Yeah, so we have a variety of things we do to help people while they're inside, right? Our work doesn't really exist where you can be seen doing it out in the community. It's more so we help people while they're inside, which is, like not spectacular, not work that can be promoted, but you have to talk about it. And so the things that we do on the outside, which is our correct the narrative work, is around the storytelling on our website, on our social media presence. And we have our award show that we now have the second one coming up September 1st, the Correcting the Narrative Awards at Turner Hall.
And tell us a little bit about that award show. Again, you said it's happening September 1st. This will be the second annual event that you guys are having for this. And what is this all about?
So it's basically to hold up the unrecognized success stories in the system impacted community, which are the people that aren't as well known, they aren't charismatic, they maybe don't have some organization they run or a business, but they're just quietly doing good things out there. And trying to hold that up to show people that this is success. This isn't like, a step two, this isn't doing okay. This is success. People are having successful lives quietly with the family and a business that they just work at, and honoring them and honoring the organization as well that selected them, and that we can kind of get a better understanding of what's really going on in this community and the work being done to help people in this community.
Definitely correcting the stigma and just making it all about representation, and representation matters. And having that as you correct the narrative, you also take away the stigma associated with this, and understanding that people, as yourself, can take advantage of those second chances that are offered. So how can people connect with you or with the community if they're interested?
So we have a presence on almost every social media platform, but I think going to our website, thecommunitynow.us, US. There's anything you want to know about us and how to connect with us, and we respond pretty quickly, I think. So we're not a large organization. We don't have time to have that many people coming at us that we can't reply right away. So I'm pretty good about it as well, making sure that we do. So we can help anybody that replies and responds, and anything they see of interest on the website. Hopefully they can follow up with more questions or getting involved.
All right, Shannon Ross, the founder of the Community, thank you for being here, and thank you for what you're doing in the community. We appreciate it.